Peace to the family. It's great to see you guys. I know everybody's excited. We had a heck of a week. Gold in the Crisis is definitely the class, the course to be in. So I just want to say first and foremost, I'm proud of everybody here. We're going to go straight into the work. I got a lot of video tutorials for you, but most importantly, for next Sunday's class, I will have many movies for you guys to make sure you know how to weave through Webull, Fidelity, Active Pro Trader. I want to make sure, and even Robinhood, but really the main point of focus is Fidelity, Active Pro Trader, and Webull. I want to make sure I give you guys many films of how to weave through and get all the little nuances and particulars, things that people traditionally undermine. Some people think trading is just sitting there and rolling the dice. Oh, I know how to press buy and I know how to press sell. And it's all these other buttons and configurations on the platforms. So when people see my success rate, it has nothing to do with magic. It has a lot more to do with mathematics. It has a lot more to do with calculation. All right, so you have to be meticulous if you want this like that. If you want it enough, say, yo, I got to learn what every damn button on here does, because that's where the advantages are. I want to know what the advantages are. I can't know there's 1,000 opportunities to potentially be greater than I already am and be content with the 7 things that most people know. So the difference between you all and I is the meticulous nature. Okay? So you may watch a video get uploaded about stocks. Many of you have taken classes in the past, but you've never taken a course that has you almost every Sunday, you're sitting back here again. Because my goal is from one week to the next, I need you to review some things, learn some things. From one week to the next, to the point it just becomes part of your behavior. You see things so often after a while, it's no longer nuanced. It's no longer intimidating. Now it's like, okay, I got that. I'm over it. Before, when I used to look on these screens, I didn't know what the hell was going on. But because I do this every single week, I'm acclimated to the look. Aesthetically, I'm in conformity with what I see. I'm now ready to engage. So I hope you guys understand why the necessity for me to do so many classes, because you can clearly see stocks is nothing to be taught inside of an hour. It may take an hour just to teach one thing inside of the stocks that you have to learn. So today, I see that I had to do another modification. You know, we deal with current events in this course. So depending on what transpires for the week, we have a course slated to address certain issues in particular. And then based on what transpires during the week, I may have to integrate, add, or subtract from what was scheduled. But at the end of the day, when this course concludes, you will have everything that you need. So I see some things out there that have me concerned. You guys are making your money, but you're not making as much as you possibly can make. So next week, we're going to go into OTO, conditional trades. I'm just throwing that out there. We're going to go into OTO. But before I can teach you about OTOs, because OTOs deal with a lot of permutations. And what that means is, I want to put you guys in a position where if you got to go to work, you got to drive, you got to do something like that, I want to put you guys in a position where you can say, if the stock does go $5 up, buy it. But if you buy that stock, I have 2 other stocks in mind, don't get the third one, get the second one. So if this works, boom, buy that. If the third stock works, buy all 3 stocks. If only the first 2 stocks I had in mind work out, don't buy the third one. You can set all that up, conditional terms, conditional trading. And if one stock drops $4, sell and get me out the other 2 trades. Now that may sound confusing, right? But technically, whether you got to work or stare at the computers. It helps you out if you program the thinking. So what this means is you have to get used to knowing what you're walking into, what you want to walk away from, what you're looking at as a goal, buy it at this price, sell at this rate. You want this whole thing thinking for you while you're not there. That's our OTO trade. That's when you're taking it to the next level. I'm going to tell you this. You're hopping around now. I give you so many hot stocks, you hopping around. And so you might miss something when you go over here because that's also going on at the same time. So what you got to do is set up your OTOs. Set up your OTOs. So now your conditional trades have you in a space where it's like, yo, your thinking process is in the works. So now you can move on to other things. You got all that stuff clicking. You could double check it, but at the end of the day, you got all your trades prepared already and thinking on your behalf. So those trades get executed. Oh man, I'm not planning to spend this much money, but yo, if I make this much money off of this trade, I don't mind investing in that other trade, at the same time. If I only make this much money, don't get me into that trade. If I do make this much money, yeah, execute the trade if and only if that other stock does exactly what I'm looking for. But the hell with the fact that that other stock does what I'm looking for if the first stock that I'm primarily invested in doesn't do what I want it to do. So now what you're doing, you got the money moving the way you need to move it, because sometimes, all times, when you're trading, you're thinking these thoughts. Yo, I want to put money here, I want to put money there, but if this does this, then I'll do that. But then time is not on your side when you have to, oh, it's doing this good. Now you start thinking, so what do I do? Now you're looking to calculate, can I do it, can I not do it? Meanwhile, you're missing opportunities. You feel what I'm saying? Time is not on your side. You remember what we teach about time, right? Implied volatility. You remember what we teach about time, right? So these are things that's going to tighten your game. I want you to tighten up. And by next week, you'll be on the level to deal with that. Energy, because I'm going to show you some of the prerequisite things that you need to know. Because here's another issue that we're having. You guys are babysitting your stocks. One thing you never have to babysit per se is if it goes X amount of dollars lower than it is, sell. There's so many different things going on real great days and great weeks. Like the last 3 days, as far as this economy is concerned, has been amazing. You can't keep your eyes on one stock. The last thing you need to do is lose the opportunity to make money, because you babysitting if something falls that's not falling. Let's get to it. We're going to share the screen. We're going to go to work. But congrats. I know a lot of money is made. But this class right here marks the beginning of me turning up, because anytime I do great, my goal is always to exceed you guys' expectations. That's always my goal. My goal is to exceed you guys' expectations. So what happens is we did so good this week. I said, what can I give them this week that can top all the money that they made? Oh, I know. That's what we're going to get into right now. I know exactly what to give you guys for this week, and it's going to be back to back. So I'm going to give you a real amazing opportunity this week that you can consider. I can't tell you what to buy, but I can certainly show you what I'm interested in, right? So let's share the screen and let's get all the way to work. Let's get to work, people. I'm excited. Today's class is called John Wick 1, Section 3, Class 3. Let's get it. The tale of support and resistance. That's what John Wick is about. This is your story. John Wick is about the average lower income brother or sister in the world. John Wick is about the average middle class person in the world. Because the middle class has become the lower class. The low class don't even exist. Let's keep it all the way 100. They stole this man's car. They broke into his home, kidnapped him, enslaved him, so to speak. right? They killed his puppy. That shit is like the straw to break the camel's back. The puppy came from his dead wife. That was the only thing he had left to remember his wife. Almost everybody wanted him dead. It feels like sometimes the whole world is against you. Sometimes it just feels like you're on an island by yourself. Sometimes it feels like, how did you get here? That's how it feels oftentimes. So when we look at the story of John Wick, it's like a metaphor for our own lives. We were so down and out. Then the coronavirus came. Just when we thought we was poor, things wasn't really looking too good, it got even worse. It got even worse. Now you got unemployed. They told you was getting a stimulus check every week. You probably only got one or none. By the time you found out, oh, people have child support, they don't apply. Oh, small businesses gonna get theirs, but most of the monies went to the billion-dollar companies, $100 million companies, and bailed them out and left you, the small businessman or woman, right out there. Left you out there. So they stole his car, broke into his home, killed his puppy, a puppy that was given to him by his dead wife. He had no pictures, nothing left of her. All he had was that damn puppy, and they killed that puppy. And almost everyone wants him dead. Everywhere he goes, somebody's collecting a fucking bill or something. He owes somebody a favor everywhere he goes. That's Wick. Well, we look at the word John. It gets interesting because it means Jah's gracious. Jah is gracious, or it means Jehovah is gracious, or it means Yahweh is gracious, right? That's what it means. And if you understand ancient Sumer, we know that the tetragrammaton for Yahweh, Y-H-W-H, comes from Sumer, which means agreeable and disagreeable, right? And when we look at these candlesticks, depending on if we're interested in something going down or going up, it is either agreeable or disagreeable for us. And when we look at graciousness, gracious means what? Courteous, kind, and pleasant, smiling, and gracious in defeat, elegant and tasteful, especially as exhibiting wealth or high social status. So John means the agreeable or the disagreeable that could bring about wealth or social status. This is how we can look at it from an etymological level. And if you want to go deeper, the word wick will actually take you into mansion or farm or large land. So we're dealing with these candlesticks right here. One side always represents what we agree with, the other side represents what we disagree with. Either one of the two sides ain't bad. It just depends on what you're interested in. You might be interested in the decline of a stock. You might be interested in the rise of a stock. So at any given point, it can be agreeable or disagreeable. But Yahweh is gracious. And this is just a metaphor. This is a mnemonic device to go into trading. You got to go into trading like you John Wick. Okay? You got to go in there like you John the Baptist. You got to go in there born again. You used to be afraid of investing, but now you've been empowered by the understanding of disagreeable and agreeable. Understand that neither one of them is bad and neither one of them is good. It's all about favor. It's all about graciousness. And that graciousness that you get, that grace, brings about a higher social status. Makes you exhibit a different wealth. Because that wick will bring you to mansion. That's what wick means when you go into its etymology. Or land. Lots of it. So you got to go into this as John Wick. This is class 1. This is John Wick 1. This is section 3, class 3 of section 3. We're calling this one John Wick 1. John Wick 2 is going to be fully loaded. Like them guns that they got on, it's going to be fully loaded. But you got to go into this like the whole damn world is against you. But you just realize all of that was an illusion. All of that was an illusion. Because no matter what this man was confronted with in the form of adversity, he still got his abundance. And his abundance was his peace of mind. In this particular instance, your abundance is very literal. You're going to get your daily bread. I had to take you to church. I got so many testimonials this week. Start feeling like in church vibes. I had to come up with a religious analogy. Walk with me. So the candlesticks control the narrative, people. The behavior of buyers and sellers, okay? It denotes profit and or new positions. And it intimates where the enter and exit strategies are. We went through this. I need you to see it again because I have to prepare you. Because what's not good is to show you a bunch of data that you are not familiar with. So I have to mix it up, get in and out of subjects to keep the energy fresh. So just understand, I'm here. I'm going to keep teaching classes. So don't worry about it. The bull versus the bear. We went over this. The bullish candle typically being green. The bearish candle typically being red. And the real body candle is the candle itself, that whole energy inside of the candle right up in here. Okay, the candle represents price action. A fully formed candle represents the duration of time that corresponds with the theme of the chart. A fully formed candle in 5-minute charts represents 5 minutes. So if it was a 1-day chart, every candle would represent 1 day. If it's a 1-year chart, every candle would represent 1 year. If it's a 5-minute chart, every candle represents 5 minutes. If it's a 1-minute chart, every candle represents 1 minute. You can literally look at the time from one candle to the next. This is important. You day trading, 5 minutes, 10 minutes looks pretty good to me. You swing trading, we're going to up the ante a bit. Okay? The doji candle, remember that. That means that, remember, the opening price is at the bottom of the green candle and the closing price is at the top. And then the candle next to it, if it's red, the opening price is at the top and the closing price is at the bottom. We have to do this again. I need to make sure you guys got it. I want to actually give you guys a quiz that's going to be emailed out. I just want to know what you guys do. Shit, I see we get a damn proctor. And watch out. See if you want to cheat or not. I just want to know you guys know this stuff inside out. I like to give you guys some charts and play the game. I'm about all of that. Because we don't leave no one behind. And if you get tested, you'll realize where your weaknesses are. And then I can average out what the class's weaknesses are. And then I can create lesson plans to make sure everybody is on the same exact level. But let me talk in proper tense because we are doing that for the membership. Not for this course. This course is already loaded with several classes. So that's the doji candle. The doji candle is right over here. It just means what? Prices are near identical. It's horizontally trading the stock, which means that it's not going too high up or too low. So it's nothing to really talk about there. So you'll see things that look like this called doji candles. Here goes the wick. And based on how long the wick is, we get an understanding that chances are the price action is either going to go on decline or it's going to go on a rise. So therefore, we're able to denote support or resistance. Does it support the idea that this money going to be made? Is there resistance every time it gets to a certain plateau? It just refuses to go there. That's resistance. We're going to go hard with the support and resistance. You check out the previous week's class. It's great. But next week, have your helmet on. I had to modify this class because of the excitement of what's going on. People made a lot of money. So because I know if you're in this class and you've been taking this class, shit, since last week. But if you've been in this class and you've been loading up where you have money, I know you made enough money to consider something else. So I teach you pennies off of millionaires. So in teaching you pennies off of millionaires, I said, let's invest in bankrupt companies. How about that scary idea? And I sounded nuts. But those of you that are walking with me on this long walk, on a short path, and what does that mean? It feels like forever when you invest your money for it to finally flip. You might even get a little over anxious and then you sell. You might see the money go down a little. I just can't lose this money. Sell. I know this happened to quite a few of you. But I know one thing. Every damn stock I mentioned, Ethereum, I mentioned it when it was $90. is at $240. I mentioned it when it was 90. Might be too rich for your blood. I talked to you just the other week about Hertz. I said, yo, they went bankrupt. They're like 70, 80 cents right now. I know I bought 6,000 shares. I bought 10,000. I sold 4,000. Money was held up. I had to move something. I had to get to something real quick. Bought 6,000 shares that I had left. Man, listen to me. And then I bought some more on the other stock. But the point of the case is, I spent less than $5,000, people. I made over 30 G's. When I saw you guys' testimonials and everything, I understood what that meant. I mean, shit. I just bought a stock. I just bought 5,000 shares of a stock, tops. I spent like $1,100. 5,000 shares, because it was like 20 cents. Bought 10,000 shares when it was 13 cents. I spent little to nothing, people. Well, I bought to get 10,000 shares. I didn't even crack 1,500. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. I teach pennies off of millionaires. So when the pennies give you thousands of dollars, you can now make the big moves, the power moves. So if you've been walking with me this whole time, remember, I teach you from the middle of the book forward. I teach from the middle of the book forward. Why? Because then when you get to the beginning of the book, I won't lose your attention. Y'all done made so much money. And some of you that have been scared, been watching everyone make so much money, you attentive to every damn thing. I know you're just like, yo, I can't wait till Sunday, cuz, yo, I hope he give us a stock or some shit. So you see, I made you make some money before you even knew how to do the damn research. Just so I could show you that I can do this over and over. So I taught you about Hertz. I said, yo, they went bankrupt. That shit's down to 40 cents. It's up to 70, 80 cents. I'm going to buy it. Many of you bought some options. That was clever because I didn't say nothing about options, right? And a lot of you bought options and killed them. Because you know with options, if it tells you your delta is 60 cents, that means you're making $600 on every dollar. So that damn thing went up to like almost $4 or $4. So that means if you bought an option contract, the 60 cents option contract, or the delta was 60 cents on the option contract, you made $2,400 from that 60 cent contract, or 60 cent delta, pardon me. And depending on how many contracts you bought, whew, I got something in close here where you see I bought some options. I got a tutorial to show you how I bought 5 options for Hertz. It's risky. Them people look like they're going bankrupt. It's definitely risky. We're always going to consider that. But when you're making enough money, you take your profits and you play the game. You take your profits, you play the game. Now it's fun. You ain't got no stress. You guys made a lot of money. Don't be cheap. Get the freak out there and start playing the real game now. Now you got some monopoly money. You went in there 200-300 strong. You came out of there 2,000-3,000 big. Play the game. Stack some money to the side. You got to take your prize earners. If you went in there with 200, put your 200 back up. Take some more money, put that up. Y'all know what we teach with the BPB10 system. When you make money in excess, you invest. You do the same thing that made you come up. And this time you could be a little risky now. Yo, I ain't never dealt with no options. Let me do the math and roll the dice on that shit. Because the money never existed. You did way better than you thought. So 80 cents became $3.40. I mean, shit. 80 cents became $3.40 from the Hertz. Because we knew it was a car rental company, and the only reason they was victims of circumstance is because the circumstance is a coronavirus. So the coronavirus is not going to be here forever for the rest of our life. If the circumstance goes, do they remain victims? And before they go bankrupt officially and be out of here, because you could go bankrupt 2-3 times before you're completely out of here. So the first bankruptcy ain't bothering me because I'm not looking to really stay here forever. I'm just here to get my coins and get up out of there and do the same thing. Remember, we taught about vulture capitalist last week. I'm a vulture capitalist. I catch you when you on your knees and you weak. Yeah, I help you up. Are you good? I'm out. Nigga fell on the floor again. Yo, I saw that shit hit $3 a change. So, to the brother with the funny hat, that's what we doing. You heard? So, we learned Wall Street's not loyal. So we ain't gotta be loyal to it either. Have an enter strategy, have an exit strategy. You can spend days, weeks, and months studying to purchase. And your emotion will make you sell something in contradiction in a few moments. This is what we do. This is what we do. I know a lot of you done sold some things. Oh man, it went down. American Airlines, I bought it when it was 1030, it dropped to 860. But this is good. This is great for you. You know why? Because you learn from experience and you have to stomach the fact, y'all could have made more money and I freaking sold it. Shit. And now you see that damn thing went almost tripled from $8.60. You needed that. Because I already told you, unless this world is going to end, people will go back on boats. I told you about MGM Grand, didn't I? Just check the tapes. Told you about MGM Grand. Told you about RCL, which tripled. More than tripled, from $21 to $70, people. I told you about RCL. I told you about American Airlines. I told you about JetBlue. I told you about Boeing. That deals with creating airplanes and the ships for the astronauts and everything. They was at 134 when I spoke with you. Boeing's over $200 now. All of this is within the span of this class for a month and a half, so. Ethereum, $90, $240 plus. Boeing, $134, over $200. RCL, Royal Caribbean, $21, $30-something, now $70. American Airlines went to 860, was $9 and change. The $10 went down, $10 went down, was up to 11, never saw 11 again for a whole month, came back here, the ultimate comeback. You had one last time a week ago to buy it at $10.80, and then never see it again. Look at that. On every share. If you remember my videos, I'm like, oh yeah, I bought 1,000 shares of them things. I'm just gonna sit and wait. I was never scared. Oh, they might go bankrupt. Oh, they say stuff like that because they got their hands out to the government. Yo, we about to go bankrupt. We need bailout money. That's what they do. Meanwhile, you listening to the word bankrupt, thinking bankruptcy happens overnight. Just the filing process takes some time. We got time. People get worried. Yo, they say they're gonna go bankrupt. Those are people who are not educated in this game. These are people that don't got time in. I got time in. I know the turnaround times. I've been in this. So I don't have fear. Fear only comes from ignorance. Fear comes from the unknown. See, no matter how much I show you different charts, graphs, and numbers and tell you how ingenious I am, don't mean nothing if you don't get these conversations. You go in with an enter strategy. You don't contradict it. You don't exit on emotion and enter in logic. You sit there because you got to tell yourself, whatever made me push this button to buy this fucking stock, it had to be based on some calculation because I don't just fuck up money like that. So no matter what news hits, no matter what people say to infer doubt, you got to know you entered because of logic. Do not exit because of emotion. If you should exit, let it be because of the same logistical process you had to undergo to get into the trade. True story. Which will bring me to my next point. Because if you already got your losses set to sell, then you seriously shouldn't be sitting here worried about a damn thing anyway. But you got to give yourself enough bleed for a stock to go down, for it to go back up, though. Otherwise, you're going to keep cheating yourself. And you're going to be double dipping and rebuying. And you won't be double dipping with strategy. You'll be double dipping because you schizo. You hate the stock 1 minute, you love it again, then you hate it again. You buying it, you selling, you buying it, selling. There's millions of stocks out there, and you in this, you keep breaking up. You keep being in this relationship with this stock. 1 minute you together, next minute you don't like each other, and you back again. It's like, yo, y'all two just keep doing this, y'all be back again. But one day, one of you is gonna be like, I ain't dealing with you no more. And that's the stock, it ain't you. Stock be like, yo, you wanna deal with me? Yo, I done found somebody else, they treated me right. You used to buy me $10 shoes. Now my shoes is $100. That's how stocks treat you. They're not loyal. No one's loyal. Let's go to the next one. This is the Wick. The Wicks and the Doji, right? Let's do this. Okay, so you understand this. By now, I know a lot of you have been using it. You gave me a lot of thanks this week. This is light, but I just need you guys to just really get in tune with this, because everything is graph and candlesticks from here. After this class, of course. Everything is going to be more technical, because the more we add, because some people will be like, yo, you don't really need this, you don't need that. That's because they don't want to take the time to study it. I'm going to use every damn thing I can use. So if I got 15 things I like to use, and 13 out of 15 tell me go buy it, I feel a lot more comfortable than if I only have 3 things I'm operating off of. I want to know when to buy, I want to know when to sell. Give me as much information about entering and exiting. And let me determine for myself what's not necessary. Don't determine that for me. So it never ends. That's why when you join the new Covenant membership, that's when I'm going to just exhaust all the many different things that you can have at your disposal to arrive at a very informed decision. So long wicks give you great insight. We'll trade upon confluence. We're going to wait one more week for confluence. I just want to make sure you guys got your account set up. And I know you guys made a lot of money this week, so I had to put something new in here. Perhaps I can interest you in, because I haven't been wrong, because we're using common sense. It's not like, yo, I'm a wizard or something like that. It's common sense. I say it this way so it's not a bubble beyond you. You can do the same damn thing. I'm not coming at you like, yo, this is just me. Just come to me. I'm the source of everything. Just keep coming to me. Because on the real, I could have charged $100 every week for the class. And I got people who believe that's what it was. We had to give some people back their money. Class was so damn good and they made so much money, they was just thinking, oh shit, so I get it. We're going to keep making money every week. I'm going to keep paying them $100 out of it. I said, nah, it's all good. $100 for the damn months that I keep teaching. It's all good. Because to be honest, this is not something that you can just teach for 2 hours. So when we see these long wicks right here, we learned that wherever the wick is the longest, it's setting the stage for a possible reversal. So we see the price action going in different directions. So you see this downtrend right here. And then we see this wick pointing upward, which means it's going to take us downward. It's resisting. And we see the momentum of the sellers. The green is the buyers. The longer the bar, the more momentum. And then we see right here, this long wick facing downwards. Wow, that tells us it's resisting going downward, it's pushing to go up. And then you see this going up. So we prepare to trade after reversal. That's what we do. We will deal with confluence. It's just when current events happen, we have to attack them or address them aggressively. So this is naked price action, movement of the price of the security and formations and trends patterns thereof. Naked, no indicators present. There we go. We went through that before. We good. Stocks take the stairs going up and the window going down. Let's talk about that. So that's what this image is about. Stocks take the, and this is a saying that people say on Wall Street. Stocks take the stairs going up and the window going out. You know what that means? It could take a while for your money to go up there. But shit, you can't even spend the amount of time it took for you to go up thinking you're going to take it to go down. That shit could go up $20 and be back down 18 next day. So what do you do to protect yourselves? The money is good, but then some of you made your money. And while you made your money, you waited. Like one brother said in one of his testimonials, I made $500. But then it went down to 300. Damn, but I still got 300 more than I had. And that's the way to look at it. But what I want to do is prevent you guys from losing that much money. So I sent you some tutorials to show you what I'll be doing. So you got some video tutorials that I need you guys to watch as well. Okay, so we're gonna look at volume. Volume is the number of shares traded on a certain date. Take a look at this. Price gap is where you see a space in between the volume because it wasn't enough activity taking place. OBV is an indicator. It's the first indicator I really want to talk to you about. Well, we're gonna have a bunch of indicators that I like and some you may like that I may not deal with per se, but I understand. But you don't want your screen looking all convoluted. Okay, so you got OBV, which is on balance volume. That's what it stands for, on balance volume. And it's an indicator. So first thing I want you to realize is volume is right here. This is volume. So here you have the candlesticks, which represents the price action, the formations. And then here you got the volume. And this tells you how much people are actively trading. Okay, so you have the number of shares traded on a certain date. That's the volume. And now we need to look at the OBV, the on balance volume indicator. This is for American Airlines right here. That's what we're looking at, American Airlines. Volume is these little bars at the very bottom. This is the volume. There's the candlesticks. You see the wicks. See this wick sticking out all the way over here? Showing resistance, setting the stage for reversal. Boom, we're in the opposite direction. You see this one sticking up very high? It tells you boom. So that way, when you're looking to enter, you could just look at it and be like, nah, it looks like the price is going to go a little lower. Looks like the price is going to go a little lower. Rather than guessing and just jumping in there because you just feel like, yo, right now it should be going low. And you have no logic behind that idea. Why are you thinking things like that? That makes no sense. We're not going to do that. We're going to always be calculative in our decision making. And from week to week, we're going to keep adding new tools to impact our calculation. But if I gave you 30 tools in one day and did my best to condense it into 1 hour, you would be like, man, he teaches it. He knows what he's talking about, but I don't know what he's talking about. Isn't that the goal? The goal is to make sure you know what I'm talking about. The goal is to make sure no matter what level you are, because some people trade already when they came to this class, but they're like, yo, you just gave me a jewel. Yo, them stocks you be picking. Yo, I'm on all sorts of lists from everybody. Ain't nobody said Hertz but Brother Polite. Brother Polite just did a class when it was 40 cents, but I didn't reveal it. When I say, hey, we want to start investing in bankrupt companies, then I give y'all a week to look for some. Then the following week, I said, well, here's one. Remember I brought that up last week? Look at Hertz. But it's going bankrupt. I had somebody reach out to me on Facebook. Yo, Hertz is down. Do I sell? I'm like, yo, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you is if you're feeling like that, yo, they talking about it going bankrupt again. I said, listen, if you feel like that, you sell and then you come back again when it goes bankrupt and it's low. Because they got more than one bankrupt available to them. That's what you could do. But I said, I can't tell you what to do if you're feeling like that. Because I got to play by the rules before they shut us down. So I can't tell people what to do with their bread. So I got to do it for the record because I don't know if somebody's playing the game and seeing if they can catch me out there. Because, you know, so many of us is making money. That's what's next. So I'm doing my best to keep the ball rolling. I'm like, I want to tell them, no, nigga, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I was talking code. Yo, listen, if you feel like that, you do what you want. I know what I told you I'm doing. If I told you I'm buying 3,000, hey, look, hey, I bought another 3,000. Look, if I'm doing that online and you asking me, should you sell because you bought 10 shares or 20 shares or something that's 80 cents? How the hell you think I feel if I bought 6,000? That's what you got to factor in. Yo, Polite just bought that shit. 6,000 of them. I'm feeling it. I'm in my feelings for 30 shares. I'm sure that person sold And that was a great lesson. So they probably sold at 80 cents. And then 3 days later, my assistant, Linda, will be able to tell you, because she's the one that brought the message to me. 3-4 days later, that 80 cents became $3.40. And everybody was posting, I'm rich. And I'm sure that person is, I'm sure they're going through that. But it happens to everybody, so don't feel no way. You need that to happen. You need to miss the money. Many of you could have put more money in American Airlines. But yo, you know what you was doing? I'm going to just try it out and see what happens. That's what y'all did. I'm going to just see what happens. Then you saw what happened, and all you think about is, fuck, I should have put like 3 G's in that bitch. That's how that works. Many of you invested in RCL when it was $20-something. Now the shit hit 70. I know you're like, Ios mio. I know y'all going crazy. But you need that, because that experience, it gives you something no one else got. It gives you the level of aggression you need, because now you understand the playing field. You understand what can happen. And you know what's great? When you invested in American Airlines, I know you doubted me. And you're like, yo, Polite ain't talking about it no more. There was no need to talk about it. The first stock I talked to you about it for like a month. AL. Start feeling retarded. Like, am I mumbling or what? Am I even talking about stocks? AL. What the hell is he saying? I think he's saying AAL over and over. So it went down and went up, it went down, then it went extremely low at 860. But remember what I said, if I see anything under 11, if I see anything under 1030, I'm ODing. I'm taking my child's money. I'm taking my child's savings. Remember I said that? Go back to the class. If it's anything under 1030, oh my goodness. So when I saw it at $8.60, and they said, yo, all the headlines, yeah, they look like they're gonna go bankrupt. I said, yo, the states are talking about opening up a month and a half from now. It's just a risk I gotta take. I got any more children's savings? Because I put it in them other joints. And guess what? I replenished all my children's savings since then. Word. So what you gotta do, you just gotta walk around like you know a real big secret that nobody knows. That's what you're supposed to do. When you make investments and you understand why you did it and you understand the logic, like, I'm just waiting a little longer and I'm putting my put options out there. I'm putting my money on Netflix and Zoom stocks going down. I'm just waiting a little longer. And once I gotta catch it just before the official, everyone's back out. But I gotta wait a little bit longer, maybe another week and a half, and I'm throwing some money in put options for companies that I feel stock is gonna go downwards. But I'm basing it off of companies like the airlines going upwards and hotels going upwards. And why? Because if hotels and airlines go up, if they went down when Zoom, y'all saw that class too, if they went down when Zoom, here we go again, I said it, I'm saying it. If they went down when Zoom and Netflix went up, then if they are up, they being cruise lines, airlines, and hotels, if they go up, then whatever went up when they was down has to go down. That's, you see, this shit ain't rocket science. So now I'm gonna buy a contract that's equal to 100 shares for like $5 or whatever. $5 gives me the right to own 100 shares into the future. So probably be $500 or whatever they want for that. I'm gonna buy that. And I'm like, yo, that shit is gonna go down. I'm putting my money on that going down. Give me a $5 contract on that going down. Give me an August call. Because it's just common sense. I sit here every day and I play with the algorithms. I look at historical charts. I'm studying the candlesticks, looking at the volume, looking at current events. And what I do, I just compile them all and then I write notes where I trade. I'm gonna show you how to do that next week. When I do the movies for you, I'm gonna show you how you could write notes. Every time I find something to substantiate an idea I have about a stock, even if I ain't investing it, I stick another note to it. I might put a link there. And so eventually it tells me a story. And then I wind up being convinced by the story that I have written out. Because in my notes to the stock, because every stock can have a note where you trade at. And when I look at it, I see about 10, 12, 15 different things telling me, why haven't I bought it already? And I convinced myself through my note taking, not for one day, not for 10 hours before the market open, not for 1 hour before the market open, but from studying from week to week to week. I got so much stuff there, historical data, yo, this is the season. Normally around the month of August, this stock goes down. Normally around the month. So if I see normally around the month of August, a stock goes down that I believe is going to go down because they also going to open up the world and more people traveling means less people online. If I can find things that corroborate the testimony. So if I feel like, yo, this stock has to go down when everyone starts moving around. And then they say, yo, we're going to really have everyone moving around August, September. And then I say, okay, they're going to have people moving around August, September. That means that stock should go down, those streaming stocks. But also during that season, those stocks tend to make the least amount of money because people are more active during that time of season. Then I got two things telling me I need to really do it. The first thing might have been a hunch. Now I got something else telling me. Then I read, oh, they're going to be releasing their annual report. And it's going to come out around the time that this shit's starting to go on decline. Then I add that to my notes. And I take so much notes that after a while, I get hypnotized by my research. And I'm like, now no one can tell me nothing. Can't no one tell me nothing. That's what you need to be at. You need to do enough research where no one can tell you nothing. Because you know something everyone don't know. They say, well, how you know? It's a long story. Because you've been building this story up. You've been building a damn case for probably 2 months of research. And you just leave a note every time you see something that seems prominent. And you weigh your pros and your cons. And you got more pros than you got cons. And the pros look a lot more appealing. But it might only be 2 cons, but them 2 cons are so good. The hell with the 5 things that look good. Those 2 things got you convinced. This is what you got to do. This is what I be doing. Let's go to the next one. But OBV, on balance volume, first thing I need you to know is that volume is at the bottom. Switch your brain over to Fidelity Active Pro Trader. This is the candlestick chart. This is the volume chart. And this is your OBV, on balance volume. This is an indicator. Indicators help you in terms of the predictability of the actual chart you're looking at. The predictability of the price action. What volume indicators do, particularly OBV. I like OBV. Yeah, it's a handicap if it's a whole bunch of activity. Yeah, they're going to tell you that. But yo, we're not living and dying by only one thing. So I'm going to use this thing. You know what OBV be doing? OBV will, let's say you see a stock going upwards, right? Generally, you see the OBV looks like it's following the same trend, right? But sometimes it's a little different. Sometimes it's a little different, right? Wow. So guess what? OBV deals with volume, which is right here. And based on volume, they say volume precedes price action. What does that mean? This means that volume is more likely to go to point at things going downward before the price action per the candlesticks goes downward. Volume has a little drop on the price action. So what this means is volume will drop first, and you might see the candlesticks going upward and believe, oh, we got momentum to go upward. But when you look at the volume might be like, yo, we going all the way down here. What the fuck are you talking about? So you're going to have high lows and low highs, which means there's resistance there. So look, you see this? If I drew a line right across here, it'll never go across this line right here. This indicator will tell you it's never going to go up here. So even when it starts going upward, you see this activity, oh, it's going up, oh, the price is going up, oh, that. But this is a high low because we're not back where we need to be. Okay? So we see that the rush for American Airlines, we're working our way downwards. And this indicator will hit low or high before the price action does. And sometimes the price action will tell us we're going up like this, but the indicator will let you know before this goes up that it's going down. So you got a little, it's like insider trading damn near. Someone's like, yo, don't fall for that shit. It's going to go down. Even if it's going up, it's going to go down. Why? Because with volume, we're able to determine how many people are actively trading, buying and selling, how many people are involved, and how many people are selling. The red is how many people selling, and the green is how many people buying. We're going to go into that volume right now. I said, see volume demonstration. So let's get out this share, stop share, and let's get ready to share a new one. Let's get ready to share this one right here. Let's do it. Now we're sharing this screen. Let's go. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to full screen. We're going to click full screen. Okay. We got the full screen. The interval is 5 minutes. Candles, this is what we want right here. On the same day. Right over here, I want you to see the word volume. Okay? Volume. You see the word volume? Watch this. Watch how this works. Remember, volume is under here. Right? So, let's look. Let's take a look when this was going up, right? Let's start over here. What is the volume? The volume, remember, volume is right here. 149 people were trading. 125 million. 1.4 million. 1.4 million. 1.76. You pay attention. 1.46. Hold on. 4 million people started trading. The OBV will signal to you, hold on. The OBV would already be going up this way because it's monitoring volume. It's not monitoring price action per se, per the candlesticks. So we just saw a dramatic increase from 1.46 million people trading to 4 million people trading, but it's like, okay, if you understand these charts and you understand companies like a company like Apple, they don't have spikes like that. They do here and there, but they don't have them like that. So when you understand the average volume of a stock, you know when you can anticipate a spike based on a dramatic difference in the number in the volume. You could tell something's coming because the more people are active, the more volatility the stock has, which means we are about to encounter a spike. So on June 4th, 1:15 p.m., we saw that 146 million people traded. On June 4th, 5 minutes later, it went from 1.46 million. 5 minutes later, 4 million people were trading. If you were studying volume, you would have been like, oh shit. Wow, here's an opportunity. Let me just pay attention. And if you didn't catch that, your OBV, your on balance volume would have caught it. Okay? But it could just be a hunch, 4 million, go down to 246, but now we're no longer at the 1. You see that? We was in the 1s. So even when it went down, now we staying in the 2s. What happens again? We back in the 1s, boom, we back to the 4. It just tells you it wants to take it. It wants to have a spike. So we could have known, let's enter here where the money is low. Because right here, it's at $14, $15. About the spike. 5 million people are trading. 8 million people are trading. 6.98 million. Whoa, 14 million people are trading. So you know what this is telling me? It's about to go down. 11 million goes down to 6, goes down to 4. But all those people just traded. What the hell is that about? 9 million? We see the energy. We see what's going on. 16 is at $16 now. Watch this. 49 damn million people trading. You see this volume stick right here? Look at that volume. 49. But watch this. It went down to 27. But you still got enough activity to win. Boom. Now we down to 13. So now we see these numbers. That's too big a drop. From 49, okay, we went down to 27. Now we see the momentum of the buyers. A bunch of people buying, not realizing the momentum shifted because it's at 16 million volume. It was just at 27 million. It was just at 49 million. With the momentum going towards the sellers. So out of that 49 million, most of those people are sellers, which tells us what? The stock is going to go down even if you see this green, don't fall for it. Because it's 16 million when it's green, and it's 49 million when it's red. 49 million people make up the momentum. Most of those 49 million people are selling. Then when it hits green, yeah, it's momentum. We see the color green. Green means go. When I'm driving, green means go. But you see 16 million people here. So what does this tell you? If it's 49 million people selling with the momentum going red, and then it's 16 million people buying, the momentum is in the buys because, yo, the sellers is over there selling shit so crazy. Now you see green. You don't understand what it means. You're thinking maybe I could still buy this because the stock might just go up. You won't be asking if it might just go up if you understand how to read volume. 49 million people mostly make up the momentum for the sellers. 16 million people mostly make up the momentum for the buyers. What do you suppose is going to happen? The stock is going to go down. 7 million, 5 million. Right now, you be like, yo, you think it's going to go back up? No. Look at this. No, I don't think it's going to go back up. That wave is done. We have to wait for another one. And look at the volume down here. Volume's not playing games. They don't care about them long bars like that. Volume don't care about none of that. Okay? Doesn't care. Yeah. We just knew from here, we could have did a day trade. Boom. We know from there, we could have did a day trade, made $1, go in and out of there between 9:30, $21.25. We see the volume right here. OBE would say, yo, there's a little window if you want to do something. So from 9:30 a.m. when it opened to 9:45 in 15 minutes, we could have made $1 on each share. And when we study in volume, we would know, get the freak out of there. And maybe at 22, 24, but we would already set our limit loss, which is where we got to go. We got to go into that conversation. So let's stop. Let's go. Let's share the screen. Let's get back to what we was doing here. Wow, we right back there. Right there. We here. C volume demonstration. Some work. Y'all, I just wanted to show you something. Well, I just want you to know, last week I bought 10,000 shares of this company. It's 13 cents. Right now it's trading for 22 cents. I did, in fact, double my money, though, because it did hit 26 cents. Well, 10,000 shares. You may say, damn, 10,000 shares. But let's be for real. 10,000 shares at 13 cents. This sounds like a lot. Pennies off of millionaires. I saw the upward trend of the economy I just started scooping these things as pennies on the dollar. Okay, because I know shipping is going to be next level. And guess what? I came back in at 22 cents, and I'm gonna sit and hold it. Spent like 1,000 and change to get 5,000 shares. You know, every 5 equals $1. Buy 1,000 shares. You understand how that works? So, yeah, I bought 5,000 more shares at 22 cents. And if that joint only goes up 10 cents, I'm okay. I'm okay. I make $500. I'm all right. My 1,000 and change makes me $500. I'm all right. Trust me when I tell you. So I'm just waiting on 10 cents. Well, I spread my stuff out. I got so much stuff working everywhere. It's like I'm in the bank. Ching, ching, ching. Okay? And whichever one's cooking the most or quicker, sometimes sell out of one, go into the other. I do different things. Portfolio. We're gonna work around it. We're gonna work around. So tops is where I'm at. I'm on tops. Not telling you to buy it. I'm just telling you this is what I'm doing. I'm on tops. You know, because it's cheap. So I can play around with it and see if I double my bread. Like, if I only had $100 and it turns 200, why not? I had $100 and it turned 50. Why not? Only had $50 and it turns 100, or it turns into $75. Why not? See, so people, yo, what's a good amount of money to get in that? Whatever amount of money you're ready to go in with. That's the answer to that question. How to get a hold of a former $80,000 stock. Look at this. This damn stock is $80,000. This stock is $80,000 as of June 11, 2015. Imagine one day being able to buy an $80,000 stock. But yo, this stock is now $53.25. Okay, so it wasn't exactly $80,000 this year. But let's see. How to get a hold of a former stock. This is what I'm telling you guys. Join the membership. I'm holding tight, so when enough of you guys are in there, I soon transition from out of this. We start getting busy. I just got a few more classes to make sure we can tech, because I want you guys on Active Pro Trader badly, and I want you guys on Webull. I want you guys on there badly, because it has the tools, it has the resources for you to do this at the next level, at the highest level. But I need to make sure you're not intimidated by all the graphs and the charts and all the different buttons and the gadgets. That's why I'm pulling that movie out. I'm doing a little movie I'm calling it a movie. It's a movie. And you're going to be able to know how to customize it the way you want. I got customizations for when I'm doing research. I got customizations for when I'm doing trading. So my whole screen looks different when I'm researching. My whole screen looks different when I'm trading. How about that? So you want to be able to just click a button and all the stuff that you need is there. You want to take this to the next level, to the highest level. Let's go back to this. If you take nothing else from this class and you still want to just wing it, like, yo, I just like when he shows me some crazy stocks because that shit be working. Then here it is. I can't tell you what to buy. I can just tell you what I'm interested in. And next week, I got more of this. I really do this. I love doing this. I feel like I'm freeing the people they was in an endeavor to make slaves. 2 months ago, this $53.25 stock, that's where it is right now. 2 months ago, this stock was $13.93. Stop it right there. How much money did I make? How much did I make? Did I double my money? Did I triple my money? Did I quadruple my money? Because 13 times 13 is 26. And 26 times 2 is 52. So I almost quadrupled my bread. I quadrupled my bread. Congratulations. 2 months ago, this stock was $13. 2 months later, this stock is $53.25. Remember, this stock used to be $80,000 share though. What was it this month during the introduction of the coronavirus? What was it 5 months ago in the month of January? January 7th, when we first started getting those talks and everything, but, you know, it didn't quite hit yet. January 7th, it was $1,600. This $53.25 stock was $1,600. Last Friday, it went up $10. That's what you see here. Last Friday, it went up $10. It was $43. Okay, last Friday, it went up $10. 2 months ago, it was $13.93. April, we're in June. 5 months ago, this stock was $1,600 before all this chaos. Does anyone see where I'm going with this? It's called Gush. Does anyone see where I'm going with this? Do I even have to tell you what the hell they sell? Or do you just know enough to say I know what I'm supposed to do? Or let me say it like this. Do you know enough to know I know what polite is supposed to do? Let me say it like this. I'm gonna ask you guys, all you guys that's in class, don't talk about this. And don't talk about the next ones I'm showing. I normally solicit free. I'm a paradox. My solicitation is normally free. But on this occasion, you don't want to affect the volume and trigger the response with buyers and sellers. And then the price go higher than the amount you want to buy in at. So this is why people don't be really talking about what they invested in, because word spreads fast. Okay. All those posts, American Airlines, yeah, you're gonna fuck up the game. You know? Okay. But when you win, we need some time to be able to get involved with this thing right here, because it's now $50. I put this here because the momentum of class. So many of you made thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars. I'm just saying. Let me say it like this. If this stock before the coronavirus becomes half of itself, and if you study the momentum of stocks that are en route to the recovery, you see they're over 50% what they used to be already, and we're not even officially open yet. They're over 50% or nearing 50% without us officially opening up yet. So I know we should be looking at anywhere, honestly, between $800 and $1,200 on every $53 we spend. Imagine spending your money on 53. Imagine 2 months ago if you bought it for $13 and it's $53. But imagine you bought it at $13, understanding you're supposed to get about $1,200. It's just weird that no one would tell us this. But it's also not weird at the same time. So what I'm telling you guys is if too much people get involved with the knowledge of this, the volume, you got people who read volume and study volume, and then you got alerts and all sorts of stuff that starts going off. And then the next thing you know, guess what's going to happen? The price climbs and it gets out of reach. And ain't no way in hell you're going to buy you an $800 stock or a $1,000 stock. But if this $1,600 stock becomes half of half itself, it would be $400. Would you mind buying something that's half of half itself? If you bought it at $53 and it's now $400, because half of 1,600 is 800 and half of 800 is 400, and freak it, half of 800. Okay, half of 16 is 800, half of 800 is 400, and freak it. Half of 400 is 200. And the hell with that. Half of 200 is 100. So half of 16 is 800. Half of 800 is 400. Half of 400 is 200. Half of 200 is 100. If we buy it at $53 and this stock only recovers to become half of half of half of half of what it was, we still would double our money. This is the way I just think. I'm not asking you for the money. I'm just telling you where I'm gonna spend mine. I hope I have some friends with me. Yeah, it's a risk. Shit can happen. That's stocks. Is it a risk that you're willing to take? That's it. Shit can happen. Is it a risk you're willing to take? I mean, they're only supplying oil and gas. Shit, what are we gonna do with that? We only wasn't using it because nothing was mobile, for the most part. So what we don't want to do is encourage the implied volatility at this moment. We keep this amongst ourselves, keep it on the low, and we do what we do. This ain't what we posting right now. Just don't chill out with the posting shit. We post the other stuff, throw them off. Hey, Hertz going bankrupt. We could do that. Tops, yeah, we throw some stuff there. We only looking for a little double up or whatever, pennies on the dollar, even 10 cents, I'm good. If I could just make 25 to 40% profit, I'm good on that. But we worked hard to get to this point in class so I could start showing you these things. When you got to come big. But yo, if you bought one share, your $53 may make you $1,000. Because honestly, it's supposed to, based on how I do my research, it's supposed to give me $800 to $1,200 if it doesn't fully recover to the same prestige. No brainer. Picture paying $53. And for every $53 you pay, you get, let's call it 1,000 flush. Not 1,200, not 800, let's go in the middle somewhere. Picture paying $53 for something and it gives you back 1,000. And then you ask yourself, how many $53 do I have? So even if I bought 5 $53 somethings called Gush, I only bought 5 of those and I spend less than $300, I'll make $5,000 for spending less than $300. I'll take it. I'll take whatever risk is connected to it. This is what I mean. We can lose the money. We haven't lost much yet. If anything at all, goddammit. I know I ain't saying nothing that ain't worked yet. It can happen. It can happen with this. Let's be real. Is it a risk worth taking? Do you not see the momentum? Do you not see 2 months ago it was $13 and it moved to $53? It's not normal. But then you look at it and go, oh shit, it used to be $80,000 in 2015. What was it this year? $1,600 this year. Then I start doing the half of half, and half of half, and half of that half. I start doing all of that. And after I do all the half of that half, and half of that half, and half of that half math, I go, oh, I'm sold. Consider it sold. I'll do the rest of the research later. I got to get up in there. This is what I'm saying, yo. If you take nothing else from this class, take this slide. But watch this now. When you execute the trade on Fidelity, because you're raising the stakes, because of the genre of the stock, because of the volatility of the economy, because of the price of the stock and its history being $80,000 a share. An investment objective of most aggressive is required by Fidelity in order to purchase designated investments. Your current investment objective does not meet this requirement. If you wish to place this order, log into fidelity.com, click the Accounts and Trade tab, and then click Financial Profile under the account. Under account features to update your investment objective for this account. And then if you don't see it this way, because you might see it that way on Active Pro Trader, you might see it like this on just a conventional website. What I'm telling you to do, this is what's going to come up. So if you think you're going to catch them on Monday out the gate or on Tuesday, whenever you're ready, oh, you see it moving, yo, let me trade. Then this going to pop up and throw off your whole damn day. I don't want nobody missing no money that may be interested. It's always good to update your financial disposition when it was required. So when you had to do that with margins, when you had to do that with options, now when you get ready to buy this damn stock, you got to update your financial disposition. Just update your investment objective for this account. That's all you got to do. Get it out the way, because I hate having to fill stuff out when I'm trading. It's the most annoying thing on the planet. Whenever I go through any scenario, I always screenshot. So when I have to tell people something, I could reference it. I'm like this. I do something from 3 years ago. I screenshot when I had an issue. So when I got to tell somebody something, I can tell them this probably will pop up. They're probably still doing this. Or I go to somebody else, yo, do this in front of me since you signed up. Let me see what happens. And then I got an updated form of the information. Oh, they're still doing that, but this is how it looks. Oh, they changed the verbiage. Okay. So I'm a teacher by nature, so I'm always looking for the opportunity to make sure if you get blocked, you could calm down and say, oh, Polite told me to anticipate this. I'm going in knowing this is coming. These are the things that's special in the class as well. So we're almost done. Everyone has their limits. So you have sell stop and you have stop limit. These are the things you need to start putting on your trading, because when you're trading, don't get caught out there like that. Don't get caught out there. And this is what I mean. An exact price below the last trade price is your sell stop. Stock price falls at or below this price, it will trigger the market order or a market order right here. So we see the market order right here is $3.06. We're looking at the CIDM. Stop limit is a precautionary step, but be precautious. Price goes lower than you anticipated. You have a second price for the rebound back to the original stop. So in this particular instance, you may say, well, you know what? It's no need for me to do that. Let's go to the next slide. Here we go. So this is the next slide. This is 1 day apart. You saw the 5th right here. This was on the 5th. This is on the 4th. Okay. We're looking at these things and let's figure this out. Let's say the 5th was the 4th and the 4th was the 5th. Let's just reverse the roles. Let's say the money went down instead of the money going up. Let's say I came in at $1.25 and the stock goes up to $3.62. First of all, whatever my limit was for losing at $1.25, I say, yo, I don't want to lose no more than $1. This stock is at $1.25. If it goes down to $1, sell it. That's called a sell stop. If the stock goes up $3.62, I'm like, yo, you know what? Freak that. I got to change my former limit. I got the right to change my former limit for where I'm at exit. Set it up. Now that I'm at $3.62, I don't want the $1 leave. Most of you are not even putting anything on your exit. So I got to get you guys to start filling out those stops. So now I say I want to stop at $3. But sometimes a stock can drop and skip a number or skip some critical numbers that if it's not in or around the $3 mark, it won't trade. And so you have to have, you can set up this if you choose, or you can watch it. Damn, it didn't do it. Let me sell over here. Sometimes you can't get everything open quick enough to do it. So over here, you can have a secondary number that it won't necessarily trade at this number. But as long as you stay within this number, it gives you space for a rebound to get out at the number you wanted to get out at. You understand what I'm saying? So if you come in and you come in at $1.25 and the stock goes up to $3.62, you say, yo, I want to stop at $3. If it goes down $3, I'm out of there. But if it keeps going up, then good. I got my space to make money. But let's say it skips $3 and goes down to, it goes from $3.50 to $2.94. If you got a stop limit, it'll give you enough space. The trade is in to sell. It'll give you enough space for a rebound from $2.90 back up to $3. When it hits up to $3, it'll sell on its way out. So that way it limits the amount that you lose, especially if it went down so quickly, it skipped that dollar amount. And you see, we adding things. Now we got volume, we got the candlesticks, you know what the wicks are. Now we looking at a lot more things. We just building it up. So on Webull, okay, we all have our limits. So on Webull, this is an example that I had where you guys got the video to this image. You can see me in the middle of a trade where I already had a limit. I changed the limit because the price was going up. So when the price went up, I was changing my limit. So here you see, this is the screen that opens up, limit price. And then I say take profit, stop, loss. And then you take profit order, you put the limit price, and you put the stop price. It wouldn't be these numbers, of course. That's what I was playing with. And then over here, I changed the limit price. It was at $7.70. I changed this limit price to about $7.71. I changed it to $7.71. That if it goes down to $7.71, just sell. And I'm glad it did it. It worked out for me later on. So over here, you see, I was scrolling through. So in the middle of a trade, see, it was at $7.75. In the middle of a trade, I changed it to $7.71. I got my shares for $6.10. The stock went up $7.71. This was actually a new account I set up to show people I was going to make money that day. I put $500 in there because people said, Polite, you always using big money. Can we do anything? I'm like, yeah, just using a fair ratio. If I use 5,000, use 500. If you ain't got 500, use 50. It's still going to be profit. So what I did, I opened up an account with $500 and I told everybody, watch me. And I made $128 that day from 80 shares that I spent $448.80 on. It went up to $616.80. I made $128 profit. Very powerful indeed. Real nice. Okay. So, gosh. And with Webull, sometimes the math might be off depending on when the number went up or down and when you open up the screen, but you guys get the point. So I'm bringing it back to Gush again. So hold on. This is what we got to do. Hold on. Let's go here. On Fidelity, it's sell, stop, limit, order on Fidelity. Okay? So watch this. Here I'm looking at RCL. I'm looking at an action to sell. I got a quantity of 100. When they ask me for the order type, I put limit. When I put limit, this is what happens. I got to put the dollar amount that if the stock goes down to $65, because right now the stock is $69. So if the stock goes down to $65 while it's at $69.44, I said my limit is at $65. I'm out of here. What if the stock shoots past 65 and goes to like 61 or 62? Because when you put these limits, don't put the limit $1 under or 50 cents under, depending on the situation, I should say. Give yourself enough bleed for the stock to have its volatility, for it to kind of go down and go back up. Give it enough bleed. Don't call yourself, well, I'm just limited here at $68.50. The stock is $69.44. Don't do that. That's not real. Give yourself enough bleed for it to go down and go up. But if it goes too much south, if it goes south too much, you should be able to say, you know what? Too rich for my blood. I can't do that. You know, I don't want to do that, because you got to also consider the amount of profit you want to leave with. You don't want it to contradict the promise of something that may never happen. Then in this instance, we click stop limit. So you see stop limit? Stop limit says, I want it to stop at $65. But in the event that it should skip past 65, keep me at $60 for a rebound to $65. Because when you don't do this, guess what? It trades. You miss the whole opportunity. When you miss the whole opportunity, guess what happens? It's a wrap for you. You missed the whole opportunity at $65. You got to set up a whole new one. But when you got this limit stop on a sell, you good. The sell stop limit order is great. Now, if it skip past that, your ass is grass. You got to get back in the game. Because it can't skip past that depending on the volatility of the stock. So in either event, nothing's 1,000%, but this gives you enough rebound room to recoup or recover so you can maximize your opportunities. But you should never be trading and not putting these limits there. Stop doing that. Because you just sit there, and you know what? If you calculate what you're willing to not lose, that works out. Because when you just sit there, you get caught up. Yo, I'm gonna just let it go another $1. I'm gonna let it go down another 50 cents. I'm gonna just let it go down $2 more. I'm gonna just let it go. And next thing you know, I just lost $340. How did this happen? I initially said I didn't want to lose 50. Trust me. Go in knowing where you want to go out. Give yourself enough bleed, because you don't want to say, damn, I'm being so cheap. I could have made that much money, but because my shit went down 20 cents, I was being a goofball. So you got to think about your approach. No, don't execute the trade until you know when you're leaving. If you don't know when you're going to leave, don't go in. Always know where you're going to leave. Always know. So I'll leave you on this note right here. Join the community. That's all I gotta say. Because when this class is done, I'm still doing this. Because I want to be revered as the God of money. the nature of finance. I want to be in the history books for helping my people make tons of money during a time where they was out of it. That's my goal. That's my goal. You join the community, you go to the website, brotherpolite.com. You click the new Covenant Source tab. You join the membership. I guarantee you, just like this class has been a tremendous investment, that $19.99 that you pay, $5 a week a month, because I'm looking to build a community. What you get in exchange for it, and that, it's not just this. You got the cooking classes, sewing classes, political science classes, how to organize, how to mobilize. We got a lot of stuff coming to you. Holistic mathematics classes. We got a whole bunch of classes that's inclusive of that you just get for $19.99 a month. But the stock information, the research, the data, the analytics, putting you on to game like, yo, fam, this was $1,600. It used to be $80,000. 2 months ago, it was $13.94 or so. Now it's $53. You put half of 1,600 is $100. I would still be doubling my money. So if the stock just does half of itself, I would still double my money. That's a risk I gotta take. Because if the stock does what it should do based on what the deterministic algorithm stipulate, I should be getting about $1,000 to $1,200 for every $53 that I put my money on. So it's risky business, but you just gotta ask yourself, is it worth putting $53 out there to possibly get $1,200 in all around for every $53? I can't tell you what to do, but I'll certainly show you my receipts. I'll definitely show you my receipts. I had a great time, beautiful class. I feel the vibe. You know, I got to be a little loco because this is not even a live presentation, but I just get in the zone. I know I'm talking to you. I'm in the future already. I already feel the vibes. So I love and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for making money. It means a lot to me that you guys are making money. It means a lot to me. This is my dream. My life's quest was to be a Black leader that empowers the people to make their own money. I feel like that part has been missing. We create the organization. We raise money for the organization. The leader makes his money and the people around the leader make a little bit. Not as much as the leader. Equal game right here. I'm showing you the same thing I'm interested in. And guess what? When I do the real estate class, it's a wrap. But you know, wealth is health. I know people say health is wealth, but you know, we say wealth is health because we want to get our bread up so we don't have no limitations when we got to buy our herbs. This is why I do this class first. I got the real estate class coming, and right there on the cusp is the health class. We need the health. And the reason why I got to do it like that, I want to make sure you have the money to invest in your health. I'm on this scientifically. That's why it's called SARS, self-administering reparations scientifically. So peace to the family. Aswad Gador, that's Black power, and Iluvu in our language, which means perpetual success. Another word for bye. I love you guys.